what I normally do, just to let y'all know as we go live, I'm not sure people can even see us yet, but I'm going to go and to my page and make sure people can hear us. Give me a second. Mic check, Monica.
Mic check.
Oh, I see what's going on here. All right, so Monica, we got you there. Kim, mic check.
Mic check.
All right. So I think we got you there. I'm going to go and make sure I'm on the page. Let me go to my page. Now, for those folks who are, hit the wrong button. I don't see it broadcasting yet. Let me see. I don't see it on my. Do you guys see it broadcasting on my page yet?
I did. I was in there. I could see it.
Yeah.
You could? You can see it and I can't see it. Isn't that crazy? You can see something and I can't see it. All right, mic check. Do me a favor, folks, to be joining on in a second. I got to make one change, and then I'm going to make sure they can hear. So just give me a second. All right, there we go. For those folks that are tuning in. All right, hold on. Okay, for those folks that are tuning in, hold on. God, I hate this when it does this. Kim, say something again, because I don't think I can hear you.
Just let y'all know.
Mic check.
Okay. All right, so we can hear you. We can hear Monica, say something again.
Mic check.
All right. So do me a favor, our wonderful folks that are watching right now. There we go. Do me a favor, as you're out there, I see Sheila Reynolds is out there. J.S. Singh is out there. Hey, Kat, thanks for joining. Do me a favor. We're trying to make sure that we can be heard. We're doing something different. We're doing something unique, trying something that we've never been done. And so before we get going live, we want to make sure folks can hear us. I'm going to turn my lights up a little bit in a moment. Tanisha Wade, just let me know you can hear us. Do me a favor. Look right below the video. Just type the words, "We can hear you." Type the words, "We can hear you," so we can make sure that we can be heard. So giving us a thumbs up doesn't mean that we know we can be heard. Wow, my chair is squeaky. I'm going to have to change my chair. You know that? No, seriously. Like, is it too squeaky for the show, you think? All right. If it's too squeaky, I'm going to go get another chair. But before I do that, we got Sheila Reynolds. Hey, Sheila Reynolds, thanks for joining. We're doing a mic check before we get started. Sheila Reynolds says, "We can hear you." J.S. Singh says, "Loud and clear." That's pretty cool. Leroy McKenzie is in the house. And, you know, when we get started and we do things differently, we like to look out to make sure people can hear us no matter where they are. Kim, where are you checking in from?
I'm checking in from San Jose, California. Mic check.
San Jose, California is in the house. Got you loud and clear. Monica Baker Butts, where are you? Monica Butts Baker. No.
Butts Baker.
Yeah, Monica Baker Butts. Is that right?
Butts Baker.
Butts Baker. Okay, I'm sorry. Monica Butts Baker. Got it. Where are you checking in from?
I'm checking in from Concord, North Carolina.
All right. North Carolina is in the house. This is so exciting. Okay, for those folks that are tuning in, this show is all about you. Do me a favor as you just tune in. Look right below the video. And say it's time. Sheila Reynolds says, "Hey, Kim Martin, you're looking great."
Hey, Sheila Reynolds. Thank you.
If my chair is squeaking, so in a moment, I'm gonna change this chair out, by the way. I'm going to change this chair out. All right, so here's what we're going to do as we get ready to get kicked off. Justin Brooks says, "We are loud and clear." That's good to know. Thanks a lot, Justin. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining. My chair is squeaky, everyone. Kim, say something to him while I go get a different chair, because you hear that squeakiness?
Yes.
I can't do a show like that, can I?
No.
No, I'm with Monica, right?
Really? Is it too squeaky?
Not with squeaky chairs.
Okay, wait a minute. I got to go get a new chair.
Exactly.
Kim, Monica, will you guys say hello to everybody?
How is everybody doing out there?
Yeah, hello, everyone. We're excited to see you here. I'm excited to be here with Monica this evening, so that's exciting as well.
I'm excited as well. I was here last night watching, and Kim was just awesome. I know everybody thinks you were awesome. I'm working on my sexy.
Hashtag, exactly. So I'm looking here. Hello again to Sheila Reynolds, to Kat, J.S. Singh is out there saying that she can hear us loud and clear. Thank you so much for that. Justin Brooks says loud and clear. Thank you so much for that as well. Yeah, Kat is saying, I'm glad to see you still have your hair, Kim. Trust me, Kat, so am I. Okay. So am I. There's a story there, but we won't get into that tonight. So I see Cheryl Diane. She says, I'm late, but I just have to be here. You're not late. You're right on time.
Yeah, you're on time.
Hey, Cheryl Diane, you're at the right place at the right time. They made me change my chair. They said my chair was too squeaky, by the way, but I'm okay with that. We are live. We're going to get started in the next 10 seconds. So let me get it queued up, ladies, if that's okay with you. We're going to kick it off because this show is about you, the entrepreneur, you, the business owner, you, the mom, you, the dad, you, the aunt, the uncle, the person is out there right now and it gets up every single day to make a difference in the world. And we've got two of the baddest, brightest, most beautiful, and certainly most intelligent women in the world who are here tonight to talk about how you can use not only business to get the results you want, but what about taking care of your health? What about taking care of your wealth? What about hashtag getting your, what's that hashtag we had yesterday, getting your sexy back on?
Hashtag working on my sexy.
All right, take a moment before I get started and talk about what is hashtag working on my sexy. Margaret Jackson, thanks for joining. Nancy Alert, thanks for joining. Pamela Usher, it is always a pleasure. Kim, just take 1 minute, frame working on my sexy, and then we got to get going. We're going to talk about how running a marathon has helped us become a better entrepreneur, and we're going to change some lives tonight. Together, we're all going to do this. Go ahead. Tell them a little about what hashtag working on my sexy. This is part 2. I can't wait.
You bet. So hashtag working on my sexy is the new code for women who are working on their minds, who are working in their purpose, and who are working towards their destiny. It is about the mind. Success is an inside job. And yes, you can both be successful and fulfilled. I literally believe you don't have to sacrifice your fulfillment for success, nor do you have to sacrifice your success for fulfillment. But it's inside, it's internally driven. And so hashtag working on my sexy really is that new code word. And it speaks to the fact that the mind is the sexiest part about you in your life, sexier than your business, because all of that internally drives everything that you do. So I think that was about a minute, and back over to you, Shay. We'll talk more.
No, that's good. Hey, we're kicking off. For everyone who just joined, we're starting the show right now. Here's your check-in. Look right below the video. And why do you type these words? Hashtag working on my sexy. That's a representation. That, you know what? It's time to improve my relationship. It's time to improve my health. It's time to improve my business. It's time to work on my finances. It's time to work on me, the inside person, so that I can be a better person on the outside. You got none other than Dr. Kim Martin. You got none other than Monica Butts Baker. They're here tonight. Look right below the video. And write these words. Hashtag working on my sexy. Hashtag working on my sexy. Hey, Stephanie Morrow, thanks for joining. Hey, Anisha, we got to bring you on. Send me a message. I know we misconnected with each other. I know you're in Las Vegas. Got to get you on. She's a rock star. Look right below the video and put hashtag working on my sexy. Here we go. We're going to get started as you're putting hashtag working on my sexy. That's your check-in, so we know that you're here. And that's a signal to other women. If you're a guy like Justin, you don't put hashtag working on my sexy. Just put I'm here. I'm here in the house. And we're going to get started in 5. Hey, Tawana Bell, thanks for joining. Don't forget to put hashtag, look below the video, put hashtag working on my sexy. Here we go. Get started in 5, 4, 3. Well, these guys are behind the scenes. Y'all know that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Network, the world's largest organization for the well-being of an entrepreneur. And as we always say, our mission at the Happy Entrepreneur Network, our mission is to inspire, empower, and provide resources for the entrepreneur to live a balanced life and execute their vision for the people they were called to serve. And our mantra, I love our belief. Everyone should have a belief statement. Our belief is the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. With that being said, let's get started.
entrepreneur to live a balanced life and execute.
As we get kicked off, get cranked off, we're ready to go. Tawana Bell Williams says, hashtag working on my sexy. These are the early birds. Cheryl Diane says, hashtag working on my sexy. We're here. Welcome everybody to the lab. Welcome to the lab. The happy entrepreneur. Well, I got myself. Welcome to the lab. The #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country on one mission, and we have one mission only, and that is to provide the resources that you need to execute the vision that you have for yourself and for your loved ones. When we get together, this conversation that we're always in, it's a conversation for you and a way for you to participate. And how you participate is you're able to write your comments. You're able to put your input right below. We were talking about hashtag working on your sexy. We were talking with Kim, Dr. Kim Martin right there in the center. And then we're also talking with none other than Monica Butts Baker right there on the right-hand side. I'm going to tune in just for Kim for just a second. And Kim, I know that we had a conversation. Scoot a little bit over. You're good. Just scoot a little bit over. Other way. There you go. Perfect. That's perfect, because I just had to put the banner up for just a second.
Okay.
As you're joining on, you see Kenesha Michelle Johnson's out there. I want everyone right now just to hit the button, hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, type the words hashtag working on my sexy. Hashtag working on my sexy. We got Constance Carter. No one works harder. She's in the house. Hey, Constance Carter. No one works harder. I know I owe you a phone call. Send me a message. We want to bring you on. She's doing some amazing things. Kim, have you had a chance to meet Constance Carter yet?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Constance. She is doing some amazing things. She's amazing, wonderful, awesome. And I can definitely say she's hashtag working on her sexy.
Hashtag working on my sexy. Lady Constance Hampton said hello. I'm in the house. Say hello to Lady Constance Hamilton.
Hello, Lady Constance. I see you written hello from Detroit. So hello from San Jose. Welcome. We're glad to have you here.
And she said, hashtag working on my sexy. Look, one of the reasons I wanted to have this conversation, one of the reasons I'm going to get together, and before we get started, I normally like to start off with the Champions Creed. That's one of my favorite things I love to do. I'm going to bring Monica Butts Baker. Let's make sure y'all bring Monica Butts Baker. Let's bring her back on. There you go. Monica Butts Baker. Monica Butts Baker, say hello to everyone that's out there right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here. And we're up at late night, like it's morning time, and I'm here.
Yeah. Late night, depending on where you are. You haven't met Constance Carter. No one works harder. You're going to get a chance to meet her. She is amazing, an incredible human being. But we're going to start off with the Champions Creed, and then we've got an amazing conversation going to take place. And I want all of y'all to participate in this conversation. First, let's start with the Champions Creed. You know I love to do this. I like to take 60 seconds to do this because it's so important to me. It's a creed that I told myself every day, I promise you, for about 10 plus years, literally. But it's helped me every single morning. It's called the Champions Creed. I'm putting it up. This is our anthem. This is what we say, and this is what we believe. I'm putting it up. I'm going to say it first, and then I'm going to ask Monica Butts Baker to read it. Monica, can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay, I'm going to start off reading. Let me read it first. Champions Creed. Everyone pay attention. Just give us 60 seconds. I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying, and keep trying, and keep trying. I want y'all all to say it along with Monica Butts Baker. She's going to read it out loud with a little energy. And then I'm going to bring Kim on and ask her to talk about the power of keeping going when you have to retrain, reframe your mind, and move forward. All right, take it away, Monica Butts Baker.
I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail, and keep trying, and keep trying, and keep trying.
That's right, and keep trying. Kim, talk for a moment what it means to keep trying. I know you work with women all over the world. I know you're working with them so they can be successful and fulfilled, but sometimes we fail. Let me tell you, when I first started running my first marathon, and we'll talk about that a little later, I failed, okay? The first time I had a client and things went well, but the first time a mistake happened and I wasn't prepared to handle it from a client perspective, I failed, and that client let me know it, and I ended up giving them money back. I mean, that just happened. I know some of you've never had that happen because you're perfect, but we had hired a huge team, and some things just weren't working. And so I failed, and people said, you should never try that again. I remember Trevor Hodgson. I said, y'all should never do that again because you didn't get it right, and that's not what you do. But we tried again. And I remember Kim Martin, when we first started doing these broadcasts, and folks would make fun of Trevor and I because we would get going, and we would be talking, and nobody could hear us. And then sometimes the picture would go down, and we couldn't see it. And so I was like, oh, my gosh. They said, we can't hear you. What are you doing? And I can't tell you some of the comments. Some weren't very pleasant. And they said, do you guys know anything about broadcasting? We said no, because it was kind of new back then. What equipment do you have? We didn't have a microphone. We were just screaming at the top of our lungs, just doing the best we could, but we kept going. For those folks that are listening right now, Kim's going to talk about the power of that, because in Successful and Fulfilled, there are setbacks. She does this fancy grid, and she might give you these 4 R's in just a moment. She wasn't prepared to do that, but I wanted to talk about that. But look right below the video, and I want you to make a digital note. I want you to make a digital note, and I want you to write this down. I got this shirt on. It says, I am in the 1%. I am in the 1%. The 1% of folks who fail but try again. The 1% of folks who fail but learn the lesson. The 1% of folks who are willing to get themselves back up and to keep on going no matter what. And if you're listening right now, you're like, you know what, Shay? I hear you. Shay, this is my year. Shay, I made a commitment that this is my moment. I'm going to own it, and I'm ready to be a hashtag working on my sexy. Look right below the video and just type these words. I am in the 1%. I am in the 1%. Just put I am in the 1%, because we're doing what the 99% of folks are not doing right now. With that being said, Kim, talk about really keep on trying. Talk about when you've had regrets. Take a moment or two and talk about when you failed. Take it away.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shay. And I'm reminded of a quote by John Maxwell. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. And so when I think about that, I think about when I am learning, for me, that is still a winning position. So I really don't look at it as failure. No, it might not have been the exact outcome. I might experience some disappointment. You talked about the grid and the 4 R's. There may be some feeling of regret. But what I'm going to do is look at that and move to the second R, as in realizations. What lessons can I learn from that? And then once I learn those lessons, it really is putting those lessons into practice or reinforcing those learnings. And once I begin to reinforce those learnings, and get great results, literally there's 2 things that happen. Number 1, I'm able to teach others. So the things I've put into practice, I'm able to teach others. And then from that, I'm able to craft my own personal success formula. So those are those things that have worked from the lessons I learned from the regrets I had to experience. And then the 4th R in that quadrant is all about rebirth. It's so how am I going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes and go forward? So when I think about that quote from John Maxwell, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, and I personalize it. Sometimes I win, sometimes I learn. And when I learn, I feel like I'm winning. So literally what I can do is go ... I always win. So
I love it. ... Look, the folks right now, as you were talking, Kim, give us those 4 R's. Give us R number 1, R number 2, R number 3, R number 4. As she does that, I want you to provide your own feedback. I want you out there listening. This is a way for you to participate, because the show is really about the community. It's about all of us coming together and sharing our input. I noticed a number of you look right below the video, and you wrote those words, that one affirmation. In fact, I'm going to pull my screen up, Kim. I'm going to try to do it. I know I did it yesterday. Can I do it 2 days in a row? Who knows? But I'm certainly going to try, and I'm going to try to do it with 3 people on here, so we're going to find out if this thing works. But I want you to write this affirmation. I am in the 1%. I got the shirt on today. I am in the 1%. So Kat put, I am in the 1%. Now, as folks are writing that affirmation, I'm going to read those. Monica, I want you to read the folks who wrote, I am in the 1%. As you see that, I want you to go over there and say, yes, you are. Like make a comment right below there. Hit the heart button. Hit the like button. pay that message forward. Let's encourage someone that's out there today. We're going to talk about some good stuff, but I'm going to take a second because I'm going to take liberty. And Kim, Monica, get ready. Hey, Tara James, thanks for joining. We're glad you're in the house. Now, I'm going to put on my screen the first affirmation. It is, what did I say, Kim?
I am in the 1%.
I am in the 1%. Now,
On your shirt.
I'm going to, huh?
The what on your shirt?
Okay, yes. Well, I'm typing, Kim, so I'm trying to type and do this together. I'm trying to show this. This is we're gonna put together some affirmations today because I want all of you to be able to grow, and we're going to grow together. And then I'm going to ask you to post your favorite affirmation. This is not about Kim. It's not about Monica. It's not about Shay Brown. This is all about us working together. And we're going to have some affirmations. And then we're going to talk about lessons that we learned from being an athlete and how we can apply those in the business. And I want you to encourage someone else. So my first affirmation I'm writing up here, my first affirmation, can y'all see that? Can you see that, Kim?
Yes, I can see it clearly.
Okay, can you see that, Monica?
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting I am in the 1%. Take a moment and look right below the video if you can, Monica. Read the people who put I'm in the 1%. Look, if you're out there, hit the share button. Hit the share button and then put I am in the 1%. And then I'm going to ask Kim, who's certified in NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I'm going to ask Kim, Dr. Kim Warren Martin, to take a moment to talk about what it means to be in the top 1% and how do you stay there. She's going to give the 4 R's, and then she's going to talk about how do you stay in the top 1%. Her goal, her mission is to help women be successful and fulfilled. We're just providing a tool to you right now. All right, Monica, take it away. I'm going to start off saying I'm in the 1%, and then Kim's going to say I'm in the 1%, and then Monica's going to say I'm in the 1%, and then she's going to read you, the entrepreneur, you, the business owner, you, the person that gets up every single day to provide for your family, to provide for your community, and make a difference in the world. The Lab, the #1 business development and revenue focused show in the country, is all for you. All right, let me start off. I am in the what? 1%, baby, and I feel good. Over to you, Kim.
I am in the 1% and I am loving it.
Go ahead, Monica.
I am in the 1% and I am a winner.
That's right. Now go ahead and read those that made that declaration, that affirmation.
I have Tijuana Bell Williams saying, I am in the 1%. Yes, you are in the 1%. Chanel Spooner says, I am in the 1%. Yes, you are in the 1%. Lady Constance Hamilton says, I am in the 1%. Yes, Lady Constance Hamilton, you are in the 1%. Cheryl Diane, I am in the 1%. Tracy J.S. Singh says, I am in the 1%. Kanisha Michelle Johnson says, I am in the 1%. Katita Batiste, I am in the 1%. Cheryl Diane. D. Bowden, I am in the 1%. Tara James says, I am in the 1%. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but yes, you all are in the 1%.
All right, Kim Warren Martin, we're going to look. We've got a very, very special show and a conversation I want you all to participate in. Look right below the video, and Kim Warren Martin's going to talk about she's going to give you the 4 R's again, and then she's going to talk about the power. I'm changing the power of affirmation, and then we're going to have a conversation this morning, this evening, this afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. I think this is it. We're going to have a conversation about how running a marathon made me a better entrepreneur and how you can apply that in your life, how you can apply that in your business. You can see it on the screen right now, how running a marathon helped me become a better entrepreneur. One of them was using affirmations. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. Hey, Eric Nelson, thanks for joining. Put right below, I am in the 1%. Hey, Malika, hey, Makika, she's in the house. Put down below, I am in the 1%. All right, we're putting our affirmations down. I'm going to go back to that now. Hopefully I'm going to do this right. Kim Warren Martin, talk about the power of affirmations and why that's important. Give them the 4 R's, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the power of affirmations. Y'all listening to none other than Dr. Kim Warren Martin. Take it away, Dr. Kim Warren Martin.
Certainly. The 4 R's that we talked about just a moment ago, R number 1, or the first R, is regret. And this literally is, shining some awareness on the things that you had to go through. We talked about failing. And so there may be some regret, some disappointment. We know that there will be regrets because the number one reason for regrets and disappointments is misaligned expectations. So you expected one thing and you got another. You wanted this and you got that. So regrets, disappointment, they are inevitable. But these 4 R's are about processing through them. So the first R is regrets. The second R is realization. And that is looking at what it was you had to go through, what it was that caused the regret, what it was that left you disappointed, and pulling out lessons from it. And sometimes those lessons are one-to-one. Sometimes they're one-to-many. So they definitely warrant looking at and pulling out lessons, and learning those lessons are also going to help you as you move forward. Now, the third R is reinforce. So after you have learned those lessons, you want to put them into practice. You want to reinforce those learnings. And so by reinforcing those learnings, new learnings, taking new actions, and then you should get new outcomes. You should get different outcomes than before. So the third R is reinforce. What you learn, you can also teach to someone else who is coming along behind you, or maybe even are ahead of you in some respects. The whole thing is about helping someone else go through and grow through with someone who has gone through. So, and in that reinforcement, you also develop your own personal success formula. And I love that because it gives you some guidelines and some actions and some things to kind of help you focus and filter out other actions. So the third one is reinforce. And then the fourth one is rebirth. What are you bringing forward? How are you going to rise? And how are you going to get back up again so you can be a part of that 1% and stay in the game? So again, that quote by John Maxwell, I love. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. I always feel like when I'm learning, and yeah, let me just say this. It's not like it's always, oh, I should learn a lesson. It gets hard sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes those lessons are difficult, but if you're committed to learning and processing and going through it, you can rise again, you can experience a rebirth, and you can stay in the game. So that's the 4 R's.
Wow, we have the 4 R's. So folks are joining. Oliver T. Reed is in the house. E.R. Spalding is in the house. Cherie Johnson is in the house. Silver Rain is in the house. We're talking about a very important topic right now. We're talking about affirmations. We're talking about how a marathon helped me become a better entrepreneur. But first we started with an affirmation. An affirmation we're all writing. So Oliver that just joined, Spalding that just joined, Silver that just joined. Look right below the video and write these words. This was the first affirmation. Let me put it back out. The first affirmation was, I am in the 1%. I am in the 1%. And what that represents is that you're going to do what the 99% are unwilling to do. So we're making that affirmation. Now, affirmations are really important, a part of what we do in any conversation, in everything that we do. Now, look, okay. I just want to share. Let me go back over here and share. One, we appreciate you here. We appreciate every single one of you that are taking notes. Dr. Kim Warren Martin is not the only one that has an affirmation. Monica Butts is not the only one to have an affirmation. I'm going to ask them both to give their affirmation right now. It's going to help them stay in the top 1%. That's y'all cue. Wow, that's your cue to start thinking about your affirmation. But I want you that's out there, Lady Constance. I want you that's out there, Cheryl. I want you that's out there, Cherie. I want you that's watching out there, Oliver. I want every single one of you to hit the share button. We're going to pay this message forward, but then look right below the video and put your favorite affirmation that keeps you motivated. This show, The Lab, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, is not just a show just to be saying, go do something. It's a show as a community for us to get your input, for us to get your thoughts, and for us to come together. And that's why we're here together. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to look right below the video, and you're going to put your favorite affirmation. You're going to write your favorite affirmation so that we all can take that affirmation, and then I'm going to comprise a list of those affirmations, and we're we're going to share that with everyone else. So this isn't an affirmation we just made up. It's for you. Kim, I'm going to give them my affirmation. I'm going to kick off, but just take maybe 60 seconds, a little more, and talk about the power of affirmations. And I'm going to ask you that's watching, I'm going to ask you to do something maybe you've never done before on a show. Maybe you've never written a comment below, but write your favorite affirmation right below. And if you see an affirmation, you want to adopt it, hit the like button and say, that was good, thank you. And thank a person that's taking time right now to put the digital notes right below. Yeah, these videos, they do go viral, but we serve other folks. For those that are listening to the podcast, welcome. For those that are on the conference call, welcome. For those that were streaming this into your community, welcome, welcome, welcome. All that are watching right now. Kim, Warren Martin, take it away. What's one of the reasons affirmations are important?
So one of the reasons affirmations are important is that you use affirmations, and that's how you teach your mind what to believe. We have constantly affirmed things over and over and over in our lives, things that have been told to us, or some things that we have concluded based on some of the experiences that we've had. So our affirmations, and we talked last night about rewiring our affirmational memory, which is the space in your mind that holds the beliefs about who you are. So it's very important to have affirmations, because that's how you teach your mind what to believe. And the question is, are we teaching our mind to believe something that is not going to be supportive of us getting to where we want to be, that's going to hold us back, that's counterproductive? Or are we teaching our mind things that are going to help us move forward and help us to accomplish and achieve our destiny? We talked last night about the mind being the birthplace or the home of the vision. So this is where your vision has a home. And so in order to have, just think about it. When you're going into a home, right? You want a nice, clean home. You want furniture you like. You want the temperature to be the way you want it to be. For me, I love water. So I like for my home to fuel my creativity and really help me to move forward. So if your mind is the home and the birthplace for your vision, and it's not fueling it and supporting that vision and allowing it to flourish and go forward, then there is some, shall we say, housekeeping or house cleaning that needs to be done. And the way we do that, clean out those crevices, cracks, corners, get the dust off the furniture, is through affirmations. That's how we teach our minds what to believe. So they are very important if we want to uproot some of those beliefs from the past that have not been serving us well, whether it's from your career, your family, school, etc. We want to clean house, if you will, so that the home for our vision is something that is nourishing. It's something that is going to help it to thrive. So we have to feed our mind, those new beliefs, unwire existing things, and affirmations is the absolute way to do this. Affirmations drive actions, and affirmations plus actions equals actualization, which is how you bring the vision to life and to pass.
Wow, I'm loving what I'm hearing. Monica Butts-Baker, we're going to come to you in a moment. I know y'all watching Monica Butts-Baker. She's a wordsmith. She is like amazing. She's listening to these affirmations. Dr. Kim Warren Martin is just giving us the power of affirmations. You may have said, Shay, I know about that, but I'm asking you, hey, Doris Birch, I'm asking you, hey, Loretta, I'm asking you to look right below the video and write your affirmation that keeps you going. Cheryl Diane says, I am enough. Erica Nelson put, stay committed to the commitment. Chanel Spooner put, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. What is your affirmation? I'm going to share one of my affirmations. And don't worry, we got this topic on how a marathon helped us become a better entrepreneur. We're going to talk about business and marathon and lessons that we learned and how you can apply them. Some of you who are watching right now, you're thinking, Shay, I want to get the notes. Shay, I'm hearing this. I want to stay in this conversation. We're going to do something special for you. I want you to get your cell phone number out, and then I'm going to share my affirmation, something that I learned training for the marathon. You might see that image there. I'm going to talk about that for about a minute, because this one affirmation helped me at my lowest of my lowest of my lowest point. It's helped me in business, and it helped me in what? my life. It helped me in business, and it helped me in my life. And I'm going to talk about that, but I know I'm not the only one that has the affirmation. I know I'm not the only one. There's other folks out there who are just like me. So here's what you're going to do, Doris Birch. Here's what you're going to do, Sharon Fletcher up in Canada. She's watching tonight. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to look right below this video, and you're going to put your number one affirmation. So I want you to share it. We believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives their competition out-earns their competition. And we're going to ask you right now to give to the community. So give. We're not asking for a credit card. We're not asking you for a check. We're not asking you for a Cash App. You won't send a Zelle. There is no wire transfer needed. All I'm asking you to do is serve. And we believe that when you serve and you do good, you're going to do well by helping more people. Now, I saw Tawana Bell put quitting is not my DNA. I like that. Tara James put failure is not an option. I want to make sure y'all get the notes because I'm going to share some powerful stuff. Let me tell you how to get the notes. Here's what I want you to do. Go to your cell phone right now. We're going to help you. And I'm going to ask Monica Butts Baker, when we're in an accountability group, and you guys get some details, I'm going to ask her to help keep us encouraged, right? And she got some cool words. She's going to come up in a moment. I'm going to ask her to break it down for us. But here's what you do. Get your cell phone out. Don't miss this, Tara James. I'm only going to do this one time. Get your cell phone number, cell out, this number right here, and then go to your messenger, type this number. Can we give them the number for a moment? Monica, we might cut you off a little bit, but just forgive us for a second. Go to this number, text vision, because you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. Text vision, VISION. Do that right now. You're going to get the notes. And then once you do that, you're going to get something special. Text 202-999-3515. I know I'm cutting Monica off for a moment. Thank you for texting me saying, you're cutting Monica off, Shay. Thank you. Look, I appreciate y'all when y'all tell me y'all can't see something, by the way. Monica gave me permission to do it. I'm not just getting rid of her. She's there. Hey, Amber, thanks for joining, by the way. Text this number. I want you to get the resource. Text 202. I'm going to give it to you now. 999. Text that right now. 3515. And I'm going to give you the number one affirmation. Text 202-999-3515. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Get the notes. Get the resources, and together now we're going to have an affirmation, but we are going to take action as a community, and we are going to make sure that this is not only our year, but we're going to own the moment, own the day, own your life, own the day, own your life. Okay, let me give you the number one affirmation. Now, for those that are texting, let me give it to them again. Don't call me. You got to text it. 202. Don't call me. My phone is buzzing. 202. No, don't write it down. That's so 1980s. Just go to it right now. Open Messenger. 202-999. Hey, Amber. Hey, Justin. 202-999-3515. 202-999-3515. Text the word vision. Text the word vision. Text the word vision. And don't worry, Kim Martin is going to do this whole breakdown, and I'm going to make sure you're on that special list when she goes into the quadrants and she teaches it in Monica Butts Baker. I'm asking her to come back, and she's going to be just sharing with us how you use words and the power of words so you can communicate. So I want y'all all on that special list. Let me share you. As you're writing your number one affirmation down, that's you, Justin, as well. Look right below the video and put your number one affirmation. Let me share something that was a breakthrough, because the reason these affirmations are so important, the reason I'm bringing them up is that we have one belief here, and maybe y'all can see this right now. We believe that the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. Hey, Tanisha Boyd, that's right. The results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. So by having these affirmations, by you typing your affirmation, by you texting in, it allows you to stay in the conversation. We're going to talk about results in your life and results in your what? Business, right? Results in your life and results in your business. So let me share my number one affirmation. I want to hear yours, but I want you to hear mine first, and then I want to hear yours. So you're going to type your affirmations while I'm talking right below, and then we're going right to Monica Butts Baker. Monica, it's going to be your affirmation, and talk about how they can write an affirmation. She's a writer. She's more than a writer, by the way. She's a communicator. No, she's more than that. She's a wordsmith. No, she's better than that. She is like the word queen out there. I'm telling you right now, so you're in for a treat. All right, here we go. This show is about you. It's not about us. I love this. I'm in the 1%. Hope you put that down. I'm in the 1%. So let me tell you about my first marathon, right? My first marathon, I decided to run this marathon because Oprah Winfrey had run a marathon. And I said to myself, if Oprah Winfrey can run a marathon, certainly Shay Brown can run a marathon too. Let me say that again. I had no idea I wanted to run this marathon. But I saw this article with Oprah Winfrey. I said, wait a minute. Oprah ran a marathon? Shay should run a marathon. Why? I don't know. It just seemed like something cool to do. And so I signed up for the marathon. That's the easy part. How many of y'all done something easy before and you just signed up for something because it was easy? You paid your money because it was easy, right? Just look right below the video and say, it was easy, Shay. It was easy. Yeah, it was easy to sign up for the marathon. And I'd never done it before. But I figured I could train. You run a few miles, you practice, and you run. Now, here's what I didn't know when I first started training for the marathon. Now, I also, remember, I want you to write your number one. I want you to write your number one objective. When I was training for the marathon, I had to step back. And as I stepped back, I had to rearrange my schedule. I had to make a change in what was going on in my life. And I had to change what I was eating. I had to change how I was sleeping. I had to change how I was actually doing my business. Now, it was easy to sign up. I see you, Cheryl. Diane, she said it was easy, Shay. Yeah, it was easy. I see you, Tanisha. It was easy to do it, to get started. And so I got started. And then as I got started training for this marathon, I get out there. So the day comes, right? I get out for the marathon. It's 26.2 miles. Now, some of you, 26.2 miles doesn't excite you. But it excited me. So I got out there, and there was this large crowd. They had music. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, yeah. Had my gear on. So I looked good. You know, I had to go out and buy some new gear. Rule number one, never buy any new gear when you're starting to work out. That's the last thing you do. You want to practice in your gear. Topic for another time. And so I get out there, and I started training. I started running. And when you run this marathon, you hit this thing called the wall. Now, in life, you hit the wall. We'll come back to that later. Around mile 17 or 18 or 19, typically about mile 17, is when your body is drained. And when you hit this wall, you physically can't go any further. At least that's how your body feels. And so your mind has to really rule the body, and you have to keep going, or you fueled up, you've eaten the right foods, and you've done all things you're supposed to do, which Shay Brown didn't do. And so I came to a wall, which means I stopped. Now, I don't know how many times in business you started something. You were excited. You paid for it. You showed up for it. And halfway through it, you just stopped because it got hard. One of the things I've heard that in life is that if it's easy to do today, you'll be living a lot harder later. But if you do what's hard today, you'll live much easier later. So if it's easy to do, it's easy not to do. I'll say that again. If it's easy to do today, then you might pay for it later, right? But if it's hard to do today, you might benefit from it later, and it'll be easy for you. I didn't have that distinction. I didn't have that understanding. And so in that marathon, I pretty much walked about the last 4 or 5 miles. I mean, it was painful. I was done. And so to make a long story short, believe it or not, how many times have you failed at something and you say, I'm never doing this again? But yet the opportunity presents itself and you do it. You do it again. I'm getting to my affirmation, the number one affirmation that kept me going. I'll figure out what the number one affirmation kept you going. But here's what kept me going. I signed up for the marathon another time. This time I did something a little different. Kim, you're not going to believe this. Monica, you're not going to believe this. I decided to go and I joined a group. Now, the reason I joined a running group is because these are people who are runners. Shay wasn't quite a runner. I mean, I guess I'm an athlete, but they are runners. They run marathons before. They train you on how to run. I said, what? They said, Shay, we're going to run 6 minutes, walk 1 minute. Absolutely, I'm not going to run and walk. It's the dumbest thing I've heard. Topic for another time. You got to expand your comfort zone. Topic for another time. Dumb thing, I decided to do it. You run 6 minutes and then you walk a minute. You ever heard of things? The dumbest thing I've heard. We did it. And then I said, well, you don't understand. Around mile 16 or 17, I really don't even want to do it again. I was a lot younger than I am now, and I was a little more feisty than I am now, a little more hyper than I am now. I was the one in the group saying, mile 17, I've done this before, I ran, it's a problem. And so the person looked like I was crazy, because I guess I was crazy back then. And he said, here's what we're going to do. Hey, Jeanette Collar, here's what we're going to do. When we get to mile 17, and we go from 16 to 17, we're going to have this chant. And we're all going to say it together. And here's the affirmation that we gave ourselves. Let me show you the affirmation. This is what I want you to jot down in your notes. This is what changed my life right here. Just this one affirmation. And the affirmation was, I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. They said, look, Shay, when you get to mile 16, when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling like you can't go any further, don't worry about the next mile. You focus on the next step. You just keep putting one foot in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot, and you tell yourself, I'm trained, because by the time we get to mile 16, we've been training for 8 weeks. You tell yourself, I'm strong, because you've been fueling the body with the right food. You tell yourself, and I'm ready for the next step. I said, what? Again, dumbest thing I ever heard. How many of you heard something you said, that's dumb? That's just dumb. Why would I say that? I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. But you know what? We started training. And you know what? Right about mile 15 and a half, before 16, because I was thinking, okay, 16's coming up. Oh my gosh, 16's coming up. But at mile 15 and a half, I'm like, oh my gosh, my legs feel, oh God. And then the group started saying, I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. And something magical happened, I promise you. The brain, and maybe Kim tells about this later, started saying, you know what, you've been training for this. This is what you work for. Like just like in your business, you've worked for this moment. You are strong. You got everything inside of you that you need to keep going, and you're fueling the body. So I said, I'm trained, I'm strong, and then I said, I'm ready for the next step. Not the next mile marker, but the next step. Not the next hill, but the next step. I'm ready to take another step. I'm ready to take another step. I'm ready to take another step. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look right below the video right now. I want you to look right below the video, and I want you to write these words. This is what kept me going. This is just my affirmation. You'll write your affirmation later. Put, I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. I am a hashtag sales visionary. This was the mantra. This was the core value. This was our ethos, as they say in the military, but I'm trained. That means, you know what? I've worked hard. I've done everything I need to do up until this point. Then I put, I'm strong. My body is fueled. I'm drinking the right water. The electrolytes is in my body. I'm taking salt in what I'm doing. And you know what? I'm ready for the next step. I am a hashtag sales visionary. Now, I didn't say that back then, but today I am a sales visionary, which means the reason I'm in business, just like some of you, or do what you do as a professional, because you understand that sales helps you develop the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for yourself first. My vision was to finish that marathon. I finished that marathon, baby. I'll tell you about that in a minute. My vision, and you have a vision for your loved ones, the people that you love the most. I want them to see me at the finish line coming across strong. And then I had a vision for the people I was called to serve, which is I had to go post a picture, baby. I finished the marathon. Holla at your boy. And as a result, my only thing was, and you'll put this right below the video, write this right below the video, just like Silver did, just like Cheryl Diane did. Just put, I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. Just put, I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready, because you show up for these particular conversations at the lab, it is so you can be trained, so you can be strong, and you can be ready, so you can execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve and for yourself. And guess what happened? Y'all not gonna believe this. Y'all not gonna believe this thing. But here's what I want you to know. The marathon. When I ended up going across that line, I had my hands up. Most people, as they're running the marathon, I'm not even at the finish line yet. I'm not even there. I'm like at mile 18. You know what I said? I got this thing, baby. This is my moment. This is my time. For many of you listening right now, this is your moment. This is your time. This is your year. You're telling yourself, I'm trained, I'm strong, and I'm ready. You have your own marathon of life. You have your own marathon of business. You have your own marathon of relationships. You have your own marathon in your wellness. You have your own marathon in your finances. But you know what? You are trained. You know what? You are strong. You know what? You are what? Ready. That's the affirmation that I saw Eric Nicholson put down. That's the affirmation I see Tara James putting down. The affirmation is, I'm trained, I'm strong, and I'm ready. Do me a favor. If it's not for you, hit the share button, and just put that affirmation down. That's one of the things that drove me through the marathon as I was training for it, as I was getting ready for it. And when I hit that wall, just like you hit that wall in your life, when I hit that wall, just like you're going to do in business, there's going to be some setbacks. I told myself, I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. And that's happened for me. And so what's the takeaway for you? What's the takeaway for you? What is it you want to focus on right now as you're writing down your affirmation? You're writing down the most powerful affirmation you have, and you're sharing that with the community. You're not keeping it to yourself. It is just this thing, one idea alone, and here it is. You're going to get a return on finishing. I crossed the finish line right there. Sometimes they say there's a return on investment in business. But this morning or this evening, this afternoon, wherever you are, we're getting a return on finishing. We're going to finish our website. We're going to finish our marketing plan. We're going to finish making sure that we have our branding in order. We're going to finish writing down our financial plan. We're going to finish getting our insurance papers in order. There is a return on finishing. Someone do me a favor. Look right below the video. Hey, Stephanie Morrow. Hey, Monica Nettles Johnson. Look right below the video and just write those words. Return on finishing. Return on finishing. We're going to finish what we start. Now, I don't know what you have to start, and it doesn't really matter. What matters is when we come together in these conversations, we know that I am in the 1%. 99% of people are not going to finish. Your competition right now is not doing what you're doing. They're not on the show like this preparing themselves. Your friends are not watching right now. You are a winner. You are a champion, and you have so much greatness inside you. And so with that being said, one of the things that I believe in my heart of hearts, I come over to none other than the person herself, Monica Butts Baker, to kind of talk about, putting together your affirmation. I want you to share that right below. One of the things that I want you to know is that the results that show up in your life, at the end of the day, they're just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. Let me say that again. The results that show up in your life, I think we got the slide. There we go. The results that show up in your life, they're just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. And this, I know for sure, it's time for you to get your results. You put down the words, I'm trained. You put down the words, I'm ready. You put down the words, I'm strong. Hey, Markeith, you got to call me, my man. You got to call me so we can get you back on. But you are participating right now in the Happy Entrepreneur Network. You're on this show, and you are contributing right now when you put down your affirmation. This is the world's largest organization for the well-being of an entrepreneur. We believe in you, the entrepreneur, and what you represent and what your goals are and what your missions are. And it's exciting to be here. Monica's going to share right now and help you get the resources. Dr. Kim Warren Martin's going to help you get those resources. Why is that? Because we're on a mission. The Happy Entrepreneur Network mission. Here's our mission. This is why we love that you show up. This is why we like that you participate. This is why we like that you pay this message forward. Hit the share button. I see some of you putting a return on finishing like Kat and like Spalding and like Cheryl and like Tanya Prickett said, return on finishing. Finishing what we start. I'm trained, I'm strong, and I'm ready because our mission is to inspire, is to empower, and provide resources for the entrepreneur to live a balanced life and execute their vision for the people they were called to serve. And with that being said, now we're going to come over to Monica Butts Baker. She's going to share with you the power of affirmation. Then I'm going to ask Kim to talk about the first lesson that we learned, which is take tenacity, determination, and willpower to do what you want. That's going to be the first lesson that we learned from the marathon, Kim Warren Martin, to cue you up, is we got to it takes tenacity, determination, and willpower. Write that down because I know y'all didn't know that. I'm beginning to feel like Trevor Ox. It's just coming. I don't know where this stuff is falling from, but I know this to be true, that when I ran that marathon, just like you in business, it's going to take both tenacity, it's going to take determination, it's going to take willpower. I don't know the difference in the words, but that's why we got Dr. Kim Warren Martin here. And that's why we have Monica Butts Baker. They'll talk about the difference in the words. Monica, talk about a minute. Tell us your most powerful affirmation, and then talk about when you put those words together, how you frame the words so folks can understand that. Tony Moore, it is always a pleasure. Kim, Monica, y'all bring out the all-stars. Y'all bring out the best of the best. For folks that are out there, do me a favor before Monica comes on. Look right below the video and say, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Just put Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Because they are expanding their comfort zones. I asked them to come on, and I said, we've never done this before. We never had like 3 people on a time at one time. Like, I don't even know how to do it, but we're going to try it. And we worked through those kinks before we came on live. Some of y'all were behind the scenes with us, by the way, and we made it happen. And so just tell them, Monica and Kim, you are doing great. Give them a little encouragement. Give them a digital applause for giving up their time from their loved ones and their family to share with you. Monica, take it away.
Well, affirmations are words. Words are things, and they are not just things, they are everything. Words are the building blocks to everything that we do and everything that we become. So it's so important that every word that we speak is an affirmation. Mine is, I will speak prosperity and life one word at a time. And what that means is that the words
so
are...
you got to say a little slower. You got to say a little slower so they can write that down. By the way, Silver Rain said, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. E.R. Spalding said, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Vonda Williams says, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Kat says, Kim Martin and Monica Baker, you ladies rock. Cheryl Diane said, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Loretta Bree says, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Erica Nelson said, Monica and Kim, you're doing great. Tara James said, you're doing great. So ladies, you're doing great tonight. I know we have no notes. There was no run sheet. There is no script because scripts are for actors. We're in the top 1%. We show up to serve. Okay, back over to you. Now say it a little slow so they can write it down. Everyone write down what Monica is saying. Someone put words are everything. I think she said that. But go ahead, Monica. Frame it up again.
Words are things and not just things.
Hold up. Let me write. I'm gonna take notes. Now you guys make digital notes, and I'm gonna take a note real quick because we're gonna write this down because I want you to have this for yourself. Okay. I'm going to my digital board over here. All right. Words are what? Words are things. Words are things.
And not just things, but everything.
And not just things, but you said what?
Everything.
Okay. And what was the affirmation?
The affirmation is, I will speak prosperity.
Hold up, wait. Now I can't type. Hopefully, Rhonda Williams, do me a favor. Can y'all type with me? I'm doing the best I can. She's talking fast, I type. I'm just trying to get my affirmation. I have my notes. Okay, what's the affirmation?
I will speak prosperity.
I will speak. Oh my God, prosperity. Okay. Whew. I got it right. Thank you for autocorrect. Okay, go ahead.
And life.
And life.
One word.
One word.
At a time.
At a time. Okay. I will speak prosperity and life one word at a time. Okay. Everyone do me a favor. We're going to put this affirmation right below. I don't know if can they see it. Can you guys see the affirmation? Okay. Here's the affirmation. I will speak prosperity and life one word at a time. Prosperity and life. You got to break that thing down for us. That sounds like something they must have taught like in those schools. You get letters behind your name. Gee whiz. All right. I will speak prosperity. This has to be a wordsmith because you got to define prosperity because that means different things in life. I will speak prosperity in life one word at a time. Do me a favor for all the digital note takers that want to bless someone else. Look right below the video and hopefully you shared your number one affirmation earlier. Put I will speak prosperity in life one word at a time. Break that thing down for us, Monica.
Words are things. So we want to make sure that every word that we speak is prosperous, produces something positive. So we can't confuse our minds by intermingling negative words into our conversation, into what we tell ourselves. So we have to make sure that our arsenal of words, the words that we have to pull from, are always positive words. So that comes with practice. That comes with daily affirmation. That comes with building your word pool so that the things that you talk about and the things that you think about and the things that you say become prosperous, become life, become forward moving.
I love it. Become forward moving. So I will speak prosperity and life one word at a time. Hey, look, as you're out there, I'm going to ask Kim Warren Martin now. She's going to talk about the first lesson that we learned. But first, I'm going to put text Vision. Maybe you want to get the notes. Text, hold on. Maybe you want to get the notes to this. Text the word vision. Maybe you want to get the notes to, hold on, 202-999. I'm writing this down, 3315 to get the resources. Okay, maybe you're thinking, you know what, to get the resources. Get the resources. Okay, so you're out there right now. You're thinking to yourself, it's time for me to get the resources. I've got a vision. I got this affirmation. I'm going to speak prosperity and life one word at a time, but life has set me back. Life is giving me some challenges. Text the word vision right now because I want you to get the notes. We're going to have an accountability group. I'm going to ask Monica if she'll type in there things that we can do to keep going. Kim Warren Martin's already agreed every Monday for Success and Fulfill. She's going to be sharing techniques how to do that. And I'm going to ask her to give all of us, everybody in the family, a special backseat pass to one of her special trainings that she's doing, and not ask you to swipe a credit card, but just ask you to show up and learn the 4 quadrants and how you can live a successful and fulfilled life. She agreed to do that. Go ahead and text the word vision to 202-999-3515 to get all of the resources. Tara James put, I will speak prosperity in life one word at a time. Loretta put, I will speak prosperity in life one word at a time. You know, this is so true. Kim, I know we're coming to you now, and we're going to talk about, I think one of the first lessons, we're not going to get to all the lessons, obviously, in the time that we have. I wish we had more time, but we only have so much time in the time that we have. But for those folks that are tuning in, we're talking about how running a marathon made me a better entrepreneur. And I really only got so far to just the affirmations that I use, which I'm trained, I'm strong, and I'm ready. But I'm asking Kim Warren Martin, as she looks at the very first lesson that we learned, the only lesson we'll get to this evening, but it was that it takes both tenacity, determination, and willpower to really execute that which you say you're going to do, to live a successful and fulfilled life, and also to do the things you said. And I know when I finally got the nerve to run the marathon, it was fun to say I'm running the marathon this year, but at some point, as impressive as that statement was, it became a reality. And a lot of hard work and commitment needed to happen in order for me to actually run that marathon. I had to put my money where my mouth was. I had to put my commitment where my mouth was. I had to do things that I didn't want to do. And that program of commitment, that took some rigorous determination and a physical toll. But here's what I know. Whether you're running a marathon, you're running your business, or you're raising a family, it takes tenacity, determination, and willpower. Dr. Kim Warren Martin, let's go over to you. Talk about what that means and what they can do to live a successful life. And then Monica, as soon as she finishes, we're going to come back to you to break down just the word determination and willpower. Over to you, Kim Warren Martin.
Awesome. Thanks, Monica, for sharing. That was fabulous, what you shared on affirmations, and not just words, but everything. And so that's phenomenal. So when it comes to tenacity and determination and willpower, I think of tenacity as a mindset. I think of determination as more behavior. So even if we go back to the comment I made earlier that affirmations plus actions equals actualization. When you have, you're affirming in your mindset that, first of all, let me say, one of my top affirmations is simply, I think it's 4 words. And that is, I was born for this. So I was born for this. And so I constantly tell myself, I was born for this. And so what is this in that statement? It is, the work I do in the world, the value I add, I bring. And so the work of helping women to be both successful and fulfilled. So when I think of mindset, my affirmation is feeding into that. Remember, we talked about, wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. And so when I think of tenacity, it is that mindset, and our mindset of, if I'm going to have a mindset of finishing this race, right, then my behavior has to also work along with that. So with determination being the behavior. So what are those things I'm actually going to do? What actions am I actually going to take? You trained, right, Shay? You tried it once, and then you said, you had the willpower to finish, even though you had to walk. And then you said, I'm never going to do this again because this doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
But then something inside of you, you had that determination that I can do this, right? And so I need to take some actions differently. So what actions do I need to take this time to help me actualize the outcome I really want? Like I want to, be able to raise my hands. You probably can't see my hands. Wait, can you see my hands? Okay.
Yes. That's good.
Raise my hands before I get to the finish line. So, it's that behavior, but also that willpower that it helps you push and take each step, as you keep going. And I love how you said, it's not the next mile, it's the next step. It's not the next mile, it's the next step. So I feel like when you have a mindset, to finish, you have this vision. We've been talking about visions and visionary. You know where you're going. And like I said, my affirmation is I was born for this. I know where I'm going. So I continually affirm that to myself, which then changes my mind and my mindset about it. And then the behavior, the actions that you're going to take to help actualize that. And the willpower, I believe, is a part of that behavior because it's how you're going to do it. And you're doing it step by step by step by step. And so I believe that's how victories are won. And when it comes to being successful and fulfilled, we literally want to have the mindset that it is possible to have both. You can be successful and fulfilled. You don't have to have sacrifice one for the other. And having that mindset drives the behavior. So we talked about the fulfillment formula yesterday, and only one part of it, the 4 R's. But really working toward believing it, and then asking yourself, well, then if it's possible, how can I get it? Activating that, your the frontal lobe, that creative center, and that drives people to do things like log in tonight to watch this show and to see what's going on. And then, that's just a part of the behavior, and to get immersed and engaged in, portions of that formula, and then that willpower to stay in it. We talked about being part of the top 1%. And I love to say that you take extreme ownership. Like you're the only one that's responsible for your success, the only one responsible for your fulfillment. And when we take extreme ownership and we don't make it because the traffic was bad or because my dad wasn't there, those are valid things. Those are viable things. But, firmly, I believe whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, we can get to where we want to be. It may look different for each one of us, but we all want to get to the finish line. We want to have that return on finishing. So, mic check, back over to you, Shay.
Mic check. She was waiting to say that. Hey, look, as you're out there right now, do me a favor. Look right below the video. And Dr. Kim Warren Martin said something that was very important. She says, I was born for this. I was born for this. Do me a favor. Look right below the video and put a digital note for the community. Put a digital note for yourself. Put a digital note for someone else. Like, just hit that share button, but write those words. I was born for this. I see that Silver Rain put, I was born for this. Vonda Williams wrote a digital note. This is a digital board for notes. It's for all of us, not just for us, but it's what our takeaway is. She put, I was born for this. Vonda Williams put, where I am today, my mind got there first. Yes, yes. She put, tenacity is mindset and determination is behavior. Great information. Yeah, we're talking about just the first point. We're talking about both. To be an athlete, to run a marathon, one of the lessons you can apply in business is that it takes both tenacity, it takes determination, and it takes willpower. Monica Butts Baker, talk to us about that as folks are listening right now and they're watching, they're thinking to themselves, wow, tenacity, determination, and willpower. What is your view of the world?
Your footprint is significant. So you have to stay determined to get something done, because what you do makes a difference, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Your footprint is significant. So you have to keep going, and you have to tell yourself to keep going. You have to not give up. You have to have the will power. That is the power to continue to have the will to keep going, to keep forging, to not give up, no matter what the outcome is. Just because, like Dr. Kim said, you had a expectation of how something was supposed to turn out, but it actually turned out the way that it was supposed to turn out. So you can't get discouraged. You have to stay determined.
Wow, you have to stay determined. You have to keep on going. I see the Cheryl Spooner put, I was born for this. Loretta started typing, I was born for this. Monica, your point is spot on. And one of the things we're talking about is how running a marathon helped me become a better, that's the wrong slide, helped me become a better, where's that slide? Oh, here it is. Helped me become a better entrepreneur. And Mr. Motivator, Satchel, I see you out there. We're talking also about our number one affirmation. I want you to type that down. We're going to have a part 2. I know we got that part 2, and that's fine. I'm going to ask the ladies to come back. But I want you to listen to this. Mike will talk about my footprint is significant. So what you do, the steps you take are very, 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 very important. You were born for this, but there's something you have to do. And as much as I believe, and it's one thing to believe something, it's another thing to do it, right? One of my favorite principles, the core values that we have, is that the best intentions don't equal the best results. Let me say that again. The best intentions don't equal the best results. So you could have the best intentions to do something, but you may not get the best results, right? If you don't take the action and do what Dr. Kim Warren Martin teaches, as well as Monica Butts Baker teach as well. The only other lesson I'm going to give, because we're winding it down, but the only other lesson that I wanted to share in this time, and we'll have to have another segment, is that you've got to trust in the process. And when you're running a marathon and running a business, it requires you to trust in the process. Hey, Tammy Lawrence, I'm going to ask Dr. Kim Warren Martin to talk about trust in the process. But I know when I started training for that marathon, I noticed in the last few weeks of training that the program had me taper down my runs by really decreasing my mile significance. So you kind of build up every week, you run more and more miles, and then all of a sudden as you get close, they say, only run 3 miles, don't run as much. I'm like, wait a minute. I've been training for like 20 weeks, right? And I've got to this point where we're running like 20 and 21 miles, and I'm running about 40 miles a week. And all of a sudden, you tell me only do 3 miles and take it slow. And here I am huffing and puffing. I'm running around, and I'm doing my mantra. My mantra is I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready, and I'm out there. Yeah, I'm like full steam ahead. And all of a sudden, the team says, no, in our training process, you've got to slow down. You got to taper off the miles. And I said, wait. First you had this crazy thing, run 6 minutes, walk 1 minute. Then we were saying this chant like with some cult, but it worked. I get it. I'm there. And I'm not saying the most negative. I try to be the most positive person in the world. But sometimes I'm thinking some things just don't make sense to me. They just don't. But what I learned, Dr. Kim Warren Martin, what I learned, Monica, is that you've got to trust the process. And I believe that business works the same way, is that sometimes you got to slow down and you got to just trust the process that they give you that you're doing. And so in business, it's the same way. They tell you that you've got to do a broadcast or Facebook Live. You say, I don't know, I don't have the right camera. You got to trust the process. They tell you that you got to stay in communications with your team. They tell you that you got to have the right brand. You got to have the right message. You got to serve. You got to trust the process. As we come down the home stretch, I just want you, Kim Warren Martin, and then Monica, to talk a little bit about what trust the process means, and maybe share a story in your life where you were asked to do something and you had to trust the process. Now, in that marathon, I know that's one of the examples I'm using tonight. I trust the process. I slowed down. I can tell you about one year I didn't trust the process. I said, why would I slow down? I mean, I'm invincible. You know, when you're younger, you believe you're invincible, by the way. And then I got a strain, stress tibia fracture. That's where the front of my running bone got aching. I was put on crutches because I guess I was running too many miles and I was supposed to slow down, and I didn't. And the bone started getting more and more fractured as I was running. Fortunately, it was a light one, but being on crutches for 2 weeks before a marathon wasn't fun. And I told myself, I got to trust the process. That's I was coming to Monica first or Kim. I forgot. It doesn't really matter. Kim, over to you first, and then Monica. Talk a little bit about trust the process. Everyone do me a favor. Look right below the video. Hey, Tammy Lawrence, and just put trust the process. I didn't say you follow it blindly. No. I didn't say you be naive. No. I just said trust the process. You're going to do it and work with someone, because if someone else has done it, so can you. See, that's the point. If someone else has done it, so can you. Trust the process. Trust the process. Kim's going to walk you through a process, not tonight and not just on the show, another time, about 4 quadrants. And that process helps you live a successful and fulfilled life. Monica Baker teaches you how to write the words and have the right copy to communicate. You've got to trust the process. Kim Warren Martin, talk about trust the process.
You know, Shay, when I think about trusting the process, I literally think about, you know, working with someone who has already gone through something, and they can help you walk through it. We talked about in the 4 quadrants, in quadrant number 3, where it was reinforced, and it was like practicing to help someone else go through and grow through with someone who's gone through. And so I think about that. That comes to mind when I hear you say, trust the process, trust the process. So it is you yourself being in a position to be that person who, you know, can go through and grow through with someone who has grown, you know, gone through. And so I think about trusting the process. Their systems. It's something that is proven, and it's proven to work. Now, let's say you want to tweak the process, or you want to speed it up, that sort of thing. You initially need to trust the process and go through and get the result that you were looking for, or at least reach the destination. Like you completed the marathon, and then before you even crossed the finish line, you had your hands raised. And so now you've gone through that. So if you decide, I want to tweak it just a little bit, maybe I want to, you know, run, I mean, like they're running 6 in walk 1. If you say, I think I can do, you know, 7 walk 1 or 5 walk 2, there are other ways out there to do it, but you have gone through and trusted a process, so you know that it works. So I think about just going through the steps in something. It really is a space where you are in unfamiliar territory. And people talk about, you know, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. But besides, if what you already knew how to do was going to get you there, you would have been there, right? You wouldn't have had to have walked those last 5 miles. And so, I mean, kudos to you for going back and having that determination and the willpower, literally to complete the marathon. So it really is being in unfamiliar territory. And sometimes we don't like to be in unfamiliar territory. In particular, our subconscious mind doesn't like for us to be in unfamiliar territory, because it's telling us inside, hey, this is not safe, right? This may not work for you. That limbic brain, part of the brain, is having a hard time with you outside of that norm. But one thing you can know, if you, what is it? The definition of, I think it's Einstein that said, a fool is, you know, or doing the same thing and expecting different results. So you have to look at doing something different. And if you know there's something out there that has worked, it's a process that worked over and over again, put your trust in it, and, you know, to achieve the result that you're looking for. So follow the steps, right? The process is steps, and they build on each other. You know, if I were to give an example of a time when I didn't trust the process, it really was, you know, initially in building my business and thinking, hey, I know all this. You know, I came out of corporate America. I've done all these things. But I was in a different jungle, as Bishop Jakes likes to say, right? So I didn't know the rules of the entrepreneurial jungle. And so I was trying to apply the corporate rules in the entrepreneurial jungle, and it just wasn't working right. Right. So I was starving, right? So at some point, like you did, you know, you went back to get the training. I had to say, whoa, you know what, step back. You know, you need to work with someone who really is where you want to be, who can show you how to get to where you want to be. Now, for me, I went through a number of different people, so, you know, till I got to that team that could help me to get to where I want to be, that had the process that worked for me. So I got this process. I'm loving it. And It's all because I was willing and open to be in an uncomfortable place, and trust the process. And it was trust, not trust, trust, not trust, trust. Okay, uncle, right? Trust. Just do it and get it done. Mic check. Back over to you, Shay.
Mic check, mic check. We're talking about trust the process. Monica Butts Baker, give us your view on the world that you have to trust the process. Break it down for us.
When I think about trust in the process, I think about when we're in school, when we're in high school. Let's just take chemistry class. You know nothing about chemistry, but when the teacher tells you that H2O equals water, you believe that for the rest of your life. You don't challenge it. You know it's hydrogen and two oxygens, and you believe it. And so it's been proven, and you just follow that. You say it, you recite it, you memorize that table, and now you go and repeat that. And you understand that. So you just trust that people who have done something before you, they figured it out. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already been invented for you. You follow through. You do the same thing that's been done that works.
Wow, you trust the process. With that being said, let me say a couple things as we come down the home stretch. One, for those folks that are out there right now, you're like, hey, I want to get the notes. I want to stay in the conversation. Here's what you do. You just text the word vision, text the word vision right there to 202-999-3515. Again, text the word vision to 202-999-3515 to get all of the resources, to stay in this conversation. We'll come back. We're going to have a part two. Obviously, at some point, we're going to have to do that. I'm going to ask Monica first to give her closing comments and just share some words of encouragement. Share what's on her heart. Share what's on her mind for all of the entrepreneurs and all of the moms and all of the dads and all of the aunts and uncles and all the wonderful human beings that are out there right now that every single day get up, go make a difference in the world. You pay your taxes. You do the best you can. And every day you get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And we want to let you know that we appreciate you, that we honor you. For every one of you who take this message and you pay it forward, for all of you who make digital comments, for all of you who tell someone else about the lab, the show, we appreciate you because you're amazing. I mean, you're incredible. You've got so much greatness inside of you. And I know for you, the best is still yet to come. I know for you, the best yet is still to come. So you stay in the conversation. You just keep showing up, and every day you get a little bit better and a little bit better. And together as a community, together we're all going to not so much rise, but we're going to have a greater impact in the world. We're going to have more meaning in the world. We're going to make a bigger difference in the world. And we're not going to worry about the legacy that we leave behind. We're going to make it happen now. And when we leave here, it'll be better. But we're focused on right now and how we can make a difference. With that being said, let me go over to you first, Monica. We open it over to you. Give us your closing comments as we close out. And then Kim, I'll come to you. And then we'll go ahead and get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. So over to Monica Butts Baker, who's taken her time. She's given her best. She's not being paid, so no one's being paid to be here, but she believes. Her and Kim have been on the other side. They've made digital comments. They've helped and liked other folks' comments. They've made sure that they gave their best. And tonight they showed up and said, Shay, we're here to give our best. And we appreciate that. So Monica, thank you so much for taking time from your family and being here. What are your words to those folks that are watching right now, that are viewing, that are ready to go out there and really have their best life ever?
Well, Shay, you are not the only happy entrepreneur. We can all be happy entrepreneurs. Happy is a choice. We can choose it every day that we wake up. Keep a smile on your face, and your spirit will catch up with your smile.
Wow, keep a smile on your face and your spirit. Catch up with your smile. Oh, Kim, I like that. That's pretty good. I like that. That's good. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you do behind the scenes. Many of you don't know the work they do behind the scenes. Dr. Kim Warren Martin, coming over to you. Look, I wish we could say all this is planned. It just wasn't. I'm going to tell you, for Monica and for Kim, there was an idea. My producer, Trevor Otts, had this idea. I picked up the phone and I said, we're going to do something different we've never done before. And the ladies said, I'll do it. I didn't send them no long 12-page document saying, here's what they expect and here's the questions and here's what's going to happen. I just said, we want to serve tonight and just give the best we have. Dr. Kim Warren Martin was out. She was having dinner. She got the call. Now, she made a decision. She finished her dinner. She did what she had to do and said, I will be there. It wasn't on my calendar. It wasn't scheduled like Monica. It wasn't on their calendar. It wasn't scheduled. But they said they would be here for you, the entrepreneur, for you, the wonderful, kind human being, so that together that we all can bring our gifts and talents. I don't have all the answers. Kim doesn't have all the answers. Monica doesn't have all the answers. The answers all lie with all of you who make your comments and share your affirmations and share your lessons learned and share your takeaways. We all learn together. So with that being said, Dr. Kim Warren Martin, thank you so much for being here. We certainly appreciate it. Just like Monica, we've never done what we're doing now right now. We had a few glitches behind the scenes, but we made it work. Monica was like, I can't see you. I can hear you. And we worked it out. Kim had a little more. Kim was very confident. She said, look, I just did this thing. I got to go hit the button. Click. This is not my first rodeo. It's my second rodeo. Then I said, we're going to have 3 people. Oh, wait a minute. You didn't say anything about all of us, and we made it work. So thank you so much. Dr. Kim Warren Martin, what do you say to those folks that are listening, like Stephanie Morrow and Tammy Lawrence and Silver and Erica and Tammy and Loretta and so many folks that tune in? What's your closing comments to them?
Shay, my closing comments to Vonda and Dee and Cheryl and Silver and Loretta and Tara, is my number one affirmation that I said you were born for this. I love the analogy that you used tonight in running a marathon because in building businesses, in having a successful and fulfilled life, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And so when we're committed to getting to the end like you were, we talked about tenacity, we talked about determination, mindset, behavior. I love that analogy because it's life that we're living. And it really is our race to run. And it is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So have the mindset that it's a marathon. Have the behavior and be determined that you're going to make it to the finish line. And you can be like Shay Brown and raise your hands before you get to the finish line because you know you're going to get there. You know you were born for this, and trust the process. Be willing to get uncomfortable being uncomfortable and go through and grow through with someone who has gone through, and they can help you get to where you want to be. So back over to you, Shay.
Absolutely. For those folks that are listening, thank you so much for joining. Here's what you can do. Text the word vision right now. Just text the word vision to 202-999-3515. Again, 202-999-3515 to get all of the resources to stay in this conversation and get the special notices to be behind the scenes when we do that. Here's what I say to you. Thank you so much for joining. Many of you wrote right below the video. You wrote right below the video the words that we started off with. The words that we started with, which were, where are those words? Oh, here they go. That I am in the 1%. They should have made that much bigger. Let me get that away. I am in the 1%. Now, that's not really an affirmation because Kim would probably say, Shay, that doesn't really say what it is. But she got me the other night. She kept changing my affirmations over there, Monica. I don't know if I told you that. But you're going to put, I am in the 1%. That's something that you work towards, right? But I do want you to make sure that as you go out through your day, that you write down the words that I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. It's the affirmation that helped me when I was training for the marathon, when I was getting ready for it, when I knew I was going to hit that wall, when I knew that challenge was coming up, when I knew that I could expect that to happen, was I had to tell myself that I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready. And isn't that how life is? You know you're going to have some challenges. We know in life that sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. Sometimes things go really, really well and sometimes they don't. And sometimes you win, and I guess they say sometimes you learn. And we know for a fact that that's called that thing called life. So we know there's going to be challenges, just like in business, just like in life, there is duality. There's high highs and there's low lows. And when it hits you, when that time comes now, there's not just a raw session. That's not what this is about. But we had to start with mindset. We had to start with the belief systems. We had to start with the inner winner that's inside of us. So when you find yourself tomorrow morning or this afternoon or this evening or whatever time it is for you in the world, when you find yourself in that place and you're wondering, is it possible? Not can I keep going, but what can I tell myself? Kim says you were born for this. Monica, what was your affirmation again? Oh, here, I got it somewhere. Hold on. Monica's affirmation, here it is right here. I will speak prosperity in life one word at a time. I will speak prosperity life at one word at a time. And then the very last one that we had on here, where is it? Yeah, doing so much over here. Was I'm trained, I'm strong. And what was it, Kim?
I'm trained, I'm strong, I'm ready.
That's right. What we talked about earlier is that I'm trained, I'm strong, and I'm ready. That's the affirmation I want you to have tomorrow morning. With that being said, thank you all for joining. Thank you for being here. Once again, Monica Butts Baker, thank you so much. Once again, Kim Warren Martin, thank you so much. And once again, thank all of you, the viewers, the listeners, the audience, for your digital notes. Thank you so much for sharing this. And thank you so much for being a part of this community where we communicate with each other, where we help each other, where we support each other, and where we bring the best resources possible so that we all can live a balanced life and do what, Kim? Execute the vision. Execute the vision for the people that we were called to serve. And that's the only reason that we show up. That's the only reason that we're here, is to make sure at the end of the day that we inspire, empower, and provide the resources for you, the entrepreneur, to live a balanced life and execute the vision for the people you were called to serve. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. I'm in the 1%, baby. I like that. I'm getting a t-shirt saying today is my January 1st. Y'all can't wait to see that, but I'll make sure y'all get one. But here it is. We're done. Once again, my name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Make it a great day. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, and I wish you success. Tell them bye, ladies.
Bye, everyone. Have a good evening, or a good morning, or a good afternoon.
Good day.